Hey guys, so I guess we're gonna attempt number 2 on videos here. Um, so basically, first I wanted to say thank you to everybody that wore gray yesterday. I was deeply humbled and amazed and grateful for everybody that was letting me know that they were wearing gray to support me. I'm once again wearing my gray today, and it's definitely a feeling that I can't express to you of how much I thank you for that. Um, so, not really sure what you guys want me to talk about on these things, so definitely comment, let me know what you want to know, what you want me to talk about, any questions. I am officially an open book since I had to let the wall come down and let you all know what's going on with me. So, a couple things. Yesterday I got this gift from my boss, and I love it. Let your faith be bigger than your fear, and by far that has been one of my mottos throughout all of this, that my faith is definitely always bigger than my fear, and sometimes, my fear tries to overpower my faith, and I just pray about it and make sure that I dive right into the Word and not allow the devil to attack me on that. So that's one reason of how I'm at peace with everything. I keep getting asked if, how are you being so calm with this, and how are you not freaking out, and how are you staying so positive? And I mean, I have basically two choices, and choice number one is to either bow down and let the enemy destroy me and put me in misery, or to stand up and be happy and be at peace with where I'm at and know where I'm going. And so that's definitely the choice that I have made. My shirt fits perfect with that. Totally didn't even mean for that to happen. That, I'm not going to give up, but I am not scared of dying. I am at peace with it. I know where I'm going, and I know where my faith stands, and that's what matters. So one thing, though, that did strike me last night after I posted my blog was scrolling through Facebook, good old Facebook, and I came across a post where somebody had posted one of those minion pictures, and it said 83 days until Christmas. And that one just was like, ugh, stabbed to the heart. 83 days until Christmas, when I am on a 60 to 90 day deadline. And so, of course, right after that, I opened up my calendar. I was like, is this right? And I had to do my calculations, and come to find out, my 90-day mark from the time that I found out is the day before Christmas Eve. So that one was pretty hard for me to take in and realize. I've realized that the holidays are coming up, but I never really thought about the facts of timeline, holidays, possibility during the holidays, or even if I have the surgery, I'm missing the holidays because I just had my brain cut open, which, is definitely a better alternative than, for the people here, it's definitely a better alternative than, holidays because I died. That's just the facts of it. So, yesterday I went and I met with the Oklahoma Tumor Society Foundation or something like that. And it was another wake up moment of realizing that I have to set up a will, and I have to set up a advance directive and all of that kind of good jazz and get all of my affairs in order and basically plan for the end. And, at 26, that's definitely the last thing that's on my mind is planning for the end of my life. And I'm definitely procrastinating, and I haven't started on it exactly, and didn't even know what I would do. Well, then I posted yesterday, I think it was, or the day before. I shared a thing on Facebook also, and it was said, I'm gonna give everybody a taser at my funeral, and whoever's the last one standing gets all my stuff. And I thought that was hilarious. Apparently, you all didn't agree with me on that. Apparently, yeah, sorry, I do that quite often. There was a lot of you that didn't like that. And so I just want you to realize that sense of humor is the way that I get through this. And I really hope that you're able to have a sense of humor with me throughout my journey in all of this, because that is one of the biggest things. And so definitely the ones that are commenting on that of, yeah, I'm going to show up to the funeral with my own taser, and I'll just go and get everything out of the house before you even have time to tase everybody. I love that. That brightened my day. Just being able to go through and laugh with people that I care about, and because they know that's my sense of humor, and that's what I like. And everybody's so touchy on this death subject. I get that it is a touchy subject, but there's one thing to have death sitting at the edge and knowing about it, where many people die every day where they never knew it was coming, and they never knew it was going to happen, and they never got the chance to see who really cared and who really loved them and who was really going to be there for them no matter what, and who was going to laugh with them even though it was hard for them, because it made that person feel better. And so there's definitely that blessing. There's people that die every day in car wrecks, which I made that joke on that post of, I don't plan on dying from this tumor, but I could get into a car wreck tomorrow and die. And then, right after that, I'm driving down the road, and this little old man with this handicap sign on the highway doesn't pay attention and pushes me right out of my lane on the highway. I was like, fantastic. All right, guys. I said tomorrow. I didn't mean today. So, there's things like that every day, and you never know what's going to happen. And so that's why, live every day like it's your last. Quit taking things for granted. Quit taking other people for granted. Realize what it is that you have and hold on to it and appreciate it. We go about life so much of not encouraging each other, not being there for each other, not truly loving each other, when that is what we were made out of. I mean, we were made from love. We were made to love other people and to encourage other people and to be there for other people. And we take that so much for granted. And we wait until there's a situation like with me, to where we wait until somebody's on their deathbed of, oh, this person is dying or possibly dying, or, has been told that they're going to die, or whatever the case may be. And that's when people step in. And I'm guilty of that. I've been there, and this whole situation has definitely changed my mind. And it sounds insane, but I wouldn't trade this tumor for the way that my life was before. Yes, I am physically in pain every single day, and I am physically and emotionally exhausted all the time. And I'd be lying to you if I didn't say that you know, can't talk because, yay, tumor. I'd be lying to you if I said that my life was great and that I ate regularly every day, but I don't. I'm nauseous all the time. I very rarely eat anymore. I don't have that much of a social life anymore because I am beat down. But emotionally is one thing. Spiritually, I am stronger than I ever have been. I am closer with God than I ever was, which was something that I didn't even know that was possible, to be closer than I already was. And to have these relationships that I have now, and to see what friends it is that really do care, and family that really do care, and who really steps up, and who really are going to be there no matter what, when things really get rough. And to be able to watch so many people to come together to do good things, it's a true blessing for me. And it's definitely something that I couldn't trade seeing that. And so many people to understand, like, how can you say that you went and traded Tumor for that? And like, that leads me to my next thing of, I've oddly been proposed to a few times after this all came out. Yeah, strange. Finally get marriage proposals now that I'm dying. Which was specifically to save my life by having insurance. And I respectively have to decline and had to decline, and a lot of people don't understand my choice with that. I get told quite often, go find somebody to marry, just marry somebody for the insurance. And, at what point do you trade everything you stand for your life? At what point? At what point do you give up everything that you believe for your life? And let me tell you, I found out, sorry, gotta scoot up. Back is killing me today. So I found out a week ago yesterday about my timeline. And then that next day, I went to a revival at a church. Completely different church than my church, and it was a small church, and a church where only the people that I came with knew me, and nobody there knew my story. And it was definitely something hidden, because I can hide my pain and my illness very well. And I did. I definitely hit my surrender moment that night. And for those of you, if you have never hit your surrender moment with God, then I just hope that you definitely are able to hit that with Him. I hope that it is in better circumstances than it is for me. The devil just knows that I'm very strong. He attacks, and he has attacked, and he's attacked, and I am able to overcome all of it. So he knows that, hey, we've got to put a tumor in the worst spot possible to attack her as much as possible. And in the beginning, it did. It was hard for me because I might be a little bit of a control freak, so they say. Don't know if I completely believe them. Okay, yeah, I am. It can be pretty bad sometimes. And so this has definitely knocked me down, and realized that I just gotta realize I can't control everything. And when there comes to a tumor in your head, that you can't just go to the first surgeon and have him remove it. It makes it difficult. So once again, I'm jumping around. I apologize. Brain tumor, I kind of get the get out of jail free card on the fact that I'm all scattered all the time. So So anyways, back to revival. So I went to this revival night, and I hit my surrender moment, and it was the first time that I truly cried. I was like in a state of shock over everything that I'd been told, and it was the first time that I truly cried and, like blubbery mess, bawled my eyes out, really disgusting. Really glad there wasn't many people there that knew me because it was really disgusting, and definitely not something that I usually do, and I did, but I hit that surrender moment, and I just laid it out, and I was like, I can't do this anymore, God, you've got to take it all. And it was at that moment that he did, and he spoke to me clearer than he has ever spoke to me, and he just, told me, my child, in my time, you'll be okay, you'll be made new. And God knows that I always need proof. I always need physical confirmation. And, that's something where a lot of people don't get that. And he has been so faithful with giving me that. And I'm so blessed to have had that in my life so many times. And, I'm not going to go on for hours on this conversation, but I could tell you, if I did, I could tell you that, every step of the way where I've seen God throughout this entire process, where, it was definitely not God that gave me this tumor, because God never gives you anything to harm you. And it was definitely the devil that attacked me, but God has definitely seen me through. And apparently he thinks that I am way stronger than anything I ever thought that I was, and he's showing me every day that I am stronger than I ever thought that I could be. And it's kind of great when somebody holds high expectations for you of how strong you are, and so it definitely makes me feel good to know that my God won't put any more on me than I can handle. And so if this was something that I couldn't handle, then I know that he would take this away from me. But he knows that I'm strong, and I'm not going to give up, and I'm not going to let it overtake me, and I'm not going to let it take over my life. And so, after I hit that surrender moment, and gave it all to him at revival, yeah, I know I keep jumping, so we're going back to that again. Eventually I'll get where I'm trying to go. So he, finally I was like, all right, God, I'm going to shut up and I'm going to let you talk. And I know he looked down and was like, it's about freaking time that you shut up and let me talk, because I'm always talking. And so, that's when he gave me my confirmation, is, that in his time I'll be okay. And right after that, a guy around my age comes up to me in the church. Hadn't even seen him before in the church, and it was just crazy because he came up to me and he's just like, looks at me and he's like, you were just shining bright with the Holy Spirit all over you. And he starts brushing my shoulders, and I'm like, why are you brushing my shoulders? Don't brush the Holy Spirit off of me. I would like to keep the Holy Spirit on me. If it's all over me, let's not brush him off. But he told me, God's just telling you, shake it off, let it go. And then he starts, and he's like pointing to his doing this the entire time, and he's like, it's all in your head. And he was like, you're drunk in your own mind, which the tumor makes me seem drunk a lot with, vision and all kinds of different things. And, yeah, it really sucks. And he was like, you're drunk in your own mind. He was like, it's the matter of the mind. You've got to get it out of your head. You've got to stop being in control of this. And you've got to give it to God. He's the one that's in control, and he's always been in control. And it's already won. And, he just, again, you've got to get it out of your head. The matter of your mind. You've got to get out of your head. And so what is a brain tumor? A brain tumor is the matter in the brain. It's the matter in the brain. And so, this guy didn't know me, didn't know my story, never met him before. And, God definitely brought him straight to me. And before that, I was struggling with, all right, God, what am I supposed to do here? Because I didn't know if it was God telling me to do stuff or if it was my control freak part of me telling me to do stuff. Like, am I supposed to pray that, God, are you going to heal me and it's going to be gone? Or am I supposed to have the surgery? What is it? I don't know. And that was my confirmation where God was like, you've got to get it out of your head and then you'll be fine. And then he continues to tell me you'll have a story to tell. And so that's why I am sharing my story. And God's making me step out of my comfort zone because I don't do this type of thing. And so that is why I'm at peace. That's why I'm not scared. I'm not worried because God has already told me that I'm going to be okay. And He's already told me I've just got to get this out of my head. No, He didn't tell me how I was going to get the money to get this out of my head or if I was going to make it until I could have insurance, which I'd still have to have about $60,000 even with insurance to have the surgery if I can make it that long. Of course, He didn't give me those details, but He's just showing me through the support of all of you and the way that you have came together that this was His plan. This is how He was showing me that it's going to be okay. And so I can find peace in that, and I am not scared. There's moments, yes, when I'm weak and I fear, but I'm at peace and I'm not scared more than I am. And I've honestly been more scared about Tumor less things than I am about this, and which is crazy. I know it definitely is like, yeah, this girl's got a brain tumor in her head because there is something wrong there with that thinking process, but that's what it is. So I totally jumped, and don't know if I actually explained the whole marriage proposal part. Can't quite remember. I wrote down some notes to remember, like, when I talk about these things, and then instead I'm jumping around and I have no idea, like, what I'm even talking about anymore and where I'm at. Yay, brain. See, drunk in the brain, drink in the mind, drunk. Unfortunately, I can't have any alcohol, though, so I'm not really drunk, because then that makes it worse, and then my brain swells even worse, and so, yeah, alcohol has definitely not happened here. So no marriage for me. Now, if it just so happens that the right one comes along and wants to marry me throughout all this, have that connection, God brings me the right one that fast to marry me for insurance, then fantastic. I'm all for that. But as for the current proposals that I've had just for insurance, that's something that I'm going to have to turn down, because I would never trade my God for my life, because He's already let me know that it's going to be okay, and He's already given me confirmation that it's going to be okay. So that is that. Today I had a better day, or at least I thought that I had, until the evening rolled around. Towards the evening, my symptoms started getting pretty bad again. My head, my ears, like getting this crackling stuff in my ears. People keep wanting to call me and want me to make phone calls and talk on the phone. And I don't think people understand that it's really hard for me to talk on the phone. My hearing is off. My basically, that sound when you're underwater, that's how I hear almost all the time because my ears are flooded with spinal fluid. And then I get that cracking noise in them, and then I get the ringing noise in them. My comprehension skills are not the best. By the grace of God, I'm actually able to talk to you guys without screwing up every 2 words because that's typically how it is. Dang it. Sorry. Yeah, I lost it. I was talking about crackling ears. I was about to say something else. And this is where I look really dumb because of the brain tumor. At least I can blame it on the brain tumor. That's the good card that I have with that. Comprehension skills. So, unless I'm physically seeing your lips and trying to hear you at the same time, it's really hard for me to comprehend what people are saying. Plus, just having a conversation alone with somebody takes everything out of me. Doing these are not the easiest things either, but you guys want them, so I'm going to do them. And I'll continue to do them as long as you want me to. And so I think that's really all that I have. I'm just basically mumbling on at this point, so I think that I'll go ahead and get off for now. I almost said sign off, but I don't think this is email or whatever you usually would say with sign off. Alright. Anyways, I'm done rambling now. So please comment below. Let me know what it is that you want me to talk about so I don't have to ramble. And what it is that you want to know. I'm an open book. Ask me any questions as long as they're not inappropriate. And I'll answer them to the best of my ability that I possibly can. I just want to tell you all thank you for supporting me, everybody that has been doing different fundraisers and funding my account, and you are, even just sharing my page. You are literally saving my life just one share at a time. Those that are shopping to save my life. That's an awesome one, especially for a girl. You can shop to save somebody's life. Awesome. Those that are gonna run the 5K. So thankful. If anybody has a wheelchair and wants to push me in the wheelchair, I'm all for that. I will definitely go about doing that 5K with you if you want to push me in the wheelchair, or somebody has a hover around, electric scooter. I'm all for it. I was even thinking maybe, go down to Walmart and take one, but then I was like, yeah, that's illegal and that's probably frowned upon and probably shouldn't do that. So yeah, I decided against that one. But yeah, so just thank you all for everything, and subscribe to my channel, I guess is what they say to YouTube, because I'm new at this whole YouTube thing. It took me an hour and a half just to figure out how to download the video onto YouTube last night. Yeah, maybe 26, but I am pretty dumb with electronics sometimes. But you all have a great night, and thanks for watching.